Hey there, welcome to the Live Life Happy Book Club. I'm Andrea Seydel. I help people read, write, and publish books. And today we have an insightful and foundational book for you, A Primer in Positive Psychology by Christopher Peterson. What if psychology focused not just on what's wrong with us, but also on what makes life truly fulfilling? That's exactly what A Primer in Positive Psychology explores. Christopher Peterson, he does introduce us to these core principles of positive psychology, which is the science of well-being, strengths, and human flourishing. So, if you're looking to understand happiness from a research based perspective and you want to learn how to apply it to your own life, then this book is for you. So, Christopher Peterson, Dr. Christopher Peterson, was one of the leading figures in positive psychology, working alongside pioneers like Martin Seligman. He really did play a crucial role in developing the VIA character strengths classification, a major contribution to the understanding of how people thrive. He is one of the major contributors. He was known for his warmth, his humor, and Peterson made positive psychology accessible and practical for everyday life. His motto, other people matter, is a cornerstone of his work, and it's a guiding principle for well-being. So let's talk about what's inside this book. So Peterson lays out the key terms of positive psychology in a way that's really engaging and also easy to apply. So it's not just these scientific theories and research thrown at us. We can actually apply the learning in a really practical way. So, first, he talks about what is positive psychology. He talks about shifting the focus from mental illness to studying well being. And so it's a huge shift. If we can study what's wrong with people, we can also study what's well and going well. And so happiness and subjective well being is basically understanding what truly makes people happy. And so he talks about character strengths and virtues within his book, and he explores the VIA strength model, which includes strengths like gratitude and courage and kindness and perseverance. And so he talks about optimism and hope and how a positive outlook influences resilience, and a positive outlook influences our success as well, and really contributes to when we have optimism and hope, it does contribute to our well being, and it does contribute to our resilience and our success in our life. He talks also about positive relationships and that the science behind why social connections are the biggest predictor of happiness. So when it all comes down to it, other people matter. And so he talks about the science behind why social connections are one of the biggest predictors of happiness. And he talks about meaning and purpose as well, and that finding fulfillment is really important for us through purpose driven living. So we want to make sure that we're not just pursuing pleasure, but that we're also fulfilling our lives and our well being through purpose driven living. He does talk about all these applications to everyday life, how we can use positive psychology in work and in relationships and in our health, and that it's so important. So, a way to apply these lessons is that one of the most powerful exercises from a primer in positive psychology is identifying and using your strengths, your signature strengths. So, here's how you can do that. So, first of all, take the VIA character strength test. It's available online, it's free, and you can discover your top strengths. I'll give you a clue what my top character strength is. Of course, it's love of learning. As you know, I read all these books. I love learning. I love engaging with knowledge and sharing knowledge. And so when we take our character strengths and we find out, we take this test and we find out what our top strengths are, it is so powerful because if we're utilizing our strengths, it can contribute to our well being and happiness. So he does talk about using your strengths intentionally for everyday living. So if gratitude, for example, is one of your top strengths, you want to make it a habit to express appreciation to someone daily. And so the idea here is to reframe challenges by using your strengths. He does suggest using reframing challenges from a perspective of How can I use my strengths in this? How can I utilize my strengths? When I go through challenges, I become super resourceful and I use my love of learning and my love of learning to try and get more information. So, for example, if you're facing a difficult task, ask yourself, how can I use my strengths to navigate this situation? This reframe of challenges by using our strengths is so powerful. We can apply the learning from this book. So he does talk about strengthen your relationships. Since other people matter, this is the core lesson from Peterson. So we want to make an effort to invest in meaningful connections. We want to make sure we put effort into investing time in connecting with others and making meaningful connections. So, why does all this matter? Positive psychology isn't just about feeling good, and it's not just a happyology. It's about creating a life that's deeply fulfilling and that is meaningful. And Peterson's work shows us that when we focus on our strengths and we cultivate positive relationships and we seek out meaning and purpose, we experience more resilience, we resilience more joy in our life and more success. So think about it. Like, what if instead of focusing on fixing your weaknesses, you put all your energy into building what's already strong within you? That's powerful. So, if there's one thing to take away from a primer in positive psychology, it's this: happiness and fulfillment come from using our strengths. They come from building strong relationships and living with meaning. So, positive psychology isn't about ignoring struggles, but it's about also giving you the tools to thrive. So, which of these positive psychology concepts resonates with you the most? Try integrating them into your daily life and see what happens. So until next time, helping you live life happy, I'm Andrea Seydel, and I'll see you next time for another amazing book discussion.